Alchemical Wizard 35, the fascial tissue system /bioliquid crystalline matrix. Fascia is a network of connective tissue that envelopes almost everything in our biological body, from muscles and the skeleton, myofascial, to organs and cells. Fascia is the biological fabric that holds us together, a collagenous tissue network. We are about 70 trillion cell neurons, muscle cells and epithelial cells, all being aptly held together by the fascial tissue system. Our circulatory system is more than a chemical regulator, and our autonomic nervous system is more than a timing regulator, as is our fascial system, being much more than a system of biomechanical regulation. Imagine the fascia as a web of millions of thin sewing threads that work alongside each other. If they stick together, which happens when we rest, problems may occur. That is why it is suggested as we get older to stretch or do yin yoga as one of the first holistic protocols when getting up. First I make a healthy tea, then I get the mat out. Fascia that is restricted affects mobility, and since there are 6 times more neurons in the fascia than in muscles, lockups in the fascia can be linked to pain in the lower back or elsewhere, as numerous biological and muscle-related afflictions. A stuck or sick fascia quickly becomes a chronic pain cycle as inflammation occurs, the flow of fluid and the immune system is affected, and the pain itself makes recovery more difficult. Fascial tissue is made up of 3 primary components that are collage, elastin, and ground substance. The collage is a firm structure that resembles small hollow tubes. These collagenous microtubules are assembled into a fractal matrix that both protects and supports all other tissue and transmits force instinctively throughout our biological body. The elastin is a soft and pliable tissue that stretches like a rubber band. The ground substance is an oil-like amino alcohol, a liquid crystalline substance that exists both around and within the hollow collage microtubules. It gives a hydraulic aspect to the fascia that assists in motion at the cellular level and prevents the microtubules from collapsing, thereby increasing their strength. It also acts as a lubricant to the external surfaces of the microtubules, which allows reorganization of fascial structures under physical and emotional stress, which is of course an electromagnetic traumatic component to ponder. Restricted fascial tissue reduces or stops cellular respiration, which is the flow of nutrients to, and the flow of waste away, from our cells. Respiration is essential to cellular function. If our cells can't function properly, they can become ineffective or even die. When ineffective, they can behave improperly or even mutate and become what is known as disease. Among the many amazing discoveries about fascial tissue is its role in intercellular communication in controlling cellular function. This includes cellular respiration, muscle contraction, capillary dilation, etc. Our biological bodies are composed of billions of cells. Our nerves only contact a portion of them. How then do the cells that have no direct contact with our nervous system receive commands to function? The answer is the fascial tissue system. Through advances in microscopic imagery technology, we now have a greater understanding of the structure of fascia and its various components. This has allowed us a better understanding of its functions, including the transmission of electrical signals at speeds faster than nerve tissue is capable of. When fascia is restricted, these signals cannot get through to the cells waiting for commands. Additionally, recent research has shown that the majority of our nerve endings occur within the fascial extracellular matrix itself. This further confirms the fascial tissue system's role in the healthy function of our biological bodies. More than just physical trauma and inflammation from a poor diet, emotional trauma plays into fascial restrictions. Fascial restrictions can exert excessive pressure, causing all kinds of symptoms, producing pain, headaches, or restriction of motion. Fascial restrictions affect our flexibility and stability, and are a determining factor in our ability to withstand stress and perform daily activities. As I have said before, that our endocrine and nervous systems are being stressed by the incoming photonic pulsed waves, cosmic rays, secondary ionized particles, scalar waves, adamantine particles, etc. So also is our fascial tissue system being bombarded with free radical particles, as redesigned RNA molecules help to reignite and restructure our potential DNA. Hence this transmutational process of our carbon-based biological bodies becoming more christened or crystalline. Now in our newest upgrading of our bioliquid crystalline matrix, or our fascial tissue system, as we shift into fourth density, the question is, how do we nurture and manage our biological BLCM for a more tolerable ascension process? Well, I am glad you asked. Besides the holistic practices of yin yoga, qigong, tai chi, meditation, etc., let us add the foam roller on the mat, as well as a suggested myofascial release practitioner, perhaps before self-myofascial release. For further research, check out the John F. Byrne's myofascial release approach register trademark symbol. It is considered to be the ultimate therapy that is safe, gentle and consistently effective in producing results that last. John F. Byrne's Pint has trained over 100,000 therapists and physicians, is an international lecturer, author and authority on myofascial release. He is a physical therapist and is considered to be a visionary and teacher of the highest caliber. Trauma, inflammatory responses, and/or surgical procedures create myofascial restrictions that can produce tensile pressures of approximately 2,000 pounds per square inch on pain-sensitive structures that do not show up in many of the standard tests, X-rays, myelograms, CAT scans, electromyography, etc. The medical approach is to drug patients so they temporarily are free from pain, but does nothing about the straitjacket of pressure that is causing the pain. Traditional physical, occupational and massage therapy treats the symptoms caused by the pressure of the straitjacket of the myofascial tissue system, but does nothing about the straitjacket of pressure that causes and perpetuates the symptoms. This is why so many patients only have temporary results, never seeming to get better with traditional therapy. Only myofascial release treats the entire myofascial mind/body complex, eliminating the pressure of the restricted myofascial tissue system, BLCM, the straitjacket that causes the symptoms. This could very well help support those of us who are having a tougher time with ascension symptoms and allowing an accumulation of stresses to be released. Please consider this as another vibrational medicine modality alternative to the mainstream medical or big pharma. As we are seeing, right before our eyes, it is linear time to expand our knowledge of what it means to be in an electromagnetic universe and to utilize a biofield physiological avatar. Blessings everyone. We are sovereign, we are freeing ourselves. And as always, stay hydrated with structured water. Travis Carpea. 4-27-2020 blog on 3decrees.org